Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC, a weekly podcast and YouTube channel discussing everything Wrexham from the point of view of long-term fans and brand new fans like my wife. So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
Hello and welcome back to episode 34 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Yeah, a bit tired today.
Tired. You had an unsettled night last night, didn't you?
Did too much beer and Burger King, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know, should we get cracking?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk about Chesterfield last Tuesday.
Yeah, so all good, really. Move on. No, it was really good. We were out the traps like a whippet.
Out of the traps like a whippet.
We were from the very first minute. We were on it. Lots of pressure in them on the ball, forward momentum. It was great. It was, and it's what you want to see, I think, all the time.
Yep.
Elliot scored in the 4th minute, I think it was, nice and early on.
Yeah, that was great. It was a worldie again.
It was brilliant goal.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of nice little side foot curler around the keeper. It was great. It was a perfect start, I thought, to the game.
Yeah.
Why? Question then. Why don't we start like that all the time? Why are we only starting like that against big teams?
I don't know.
Because if you think back, at games we've played, Coventry, we started like that.
Mm-hmm.
We were on it from the first.
United.
Sheffield United, on it. The Chesterfield game recently, straight in there, and we're away. And then you look at other games. I'm not saying we don't start like that in other games, but the majority of the time we don't.
No.
We let ourselves grow into the game. And I do get why you start like that in big games, because you want to assert your dominance in that game.
But you should be doing that in every single. I'm sick of saying this.
That is the argument you should be. It doesn't matter at what level these teams are.
Yep.
Surely you should be going, right, let's show them who's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care if they're going to up their game to players.
Which they tend to do.
Yeah, they tend to do. But, they do. But you've got to be careful saying that, I think, every week, because that can become your excuse, can't it? Oh, we didn't play that well against them because they've upped their game. So,
yeah, okay.
No, it's not dangerous for us to say it. Might be a little bit dangerous for some of the players to think like that. Oh, it's okay. We were crap in the first half an hour because they've upped their game. So,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's one of them. But, you'd think, regardless who the opposition were, let's go out there and let's show them who, everyone thinks we're this big, ugly monster. Let's show them
Hollywood money.
Yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. Let's go out there and let's show them we are a big, horrible monster. And then
with Hollywood money.
With Hollywood money. And you don't want to play us. And we're going to show you exactly who we are in the first 10 minutes.
Totally agree. They should be like that at every single game. And especially when you're at home as well.
Yeah.
Because, you've got 9, sometimes 10,000 fans there.
Yeah.
Cheering you on. And to be fair to us Wrexham fans, even if, it doesn't go our way. Yeah. We do still back them and cheer them until after the game, and then everyone goes like cahoots on social media. Cahoots.
That's not what cahoots means.
I know it's not, but
we're rolling with that, yeah. As in that context, yeah.
You know what I mean? Going like hell for leather on social media, being negative and blah, yeah.
Yes,
blah,
I do.
And blah blah.
So they did have their chances. Chesterfield, the one main one to pick out from the first half was poor old Paul McCallum. So a ball came in from the left, I think from Colclough.
Is that the one where it's sort of like
Bambi feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he basically had a tap in. That's exactly what it was. It was literally right in front of him. The ball had come out from wide, so Leighton was out of it really, and he was in the middle of the goal. All he had to do, it just had to let the ball hit his foot, really.
Tap it, yeah.
And I watched it a couple of times. I thought it was a bit of a paranormal experience. I thought the ball had sort of ghosted right through his body, but no, it just literally went under his foot.
I think I read somewhere as well is like this big thing on social media at the moment saying that Ryan and Rob are paying off refs and stuff like that, and Then someone said about that player, because it was such an easy goal to get, but it just,
It might be me. In our group chat, I said...
Oh, was it you, was it?
I said that brown envelope we gave McCallum before the game really paid dividends.
Yeah. But, obviously, that's not true.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. I know it's true. It's a fact. Let's throw that out there. Let's
just
get the rumour mill. Yeah, we pay everyone off. Refs, players, linesmen, opposing managers, owners.
Fourth official.
Yeah, we got loads of money to do that. Whatever, anyway.
Whatever, anyway.
Whatever. Sam Dalby.
Oh my God, he's my hero at the moment.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the way that Dalby plays.
Yeah.
He is like, he's just flawless.
What's happened to Luke Young?
My heart is still with Luke Young, but Sam Dalby is like, he's on another level.
Yeah, I think his goal, it was a good goal. He did well to engineer the space for a shot.
Yep.
When he picked it up, he still had somebody in front of him that he had to beat him pretty well. And then I think the keeper, you could tell at the time, but I said the keeper would have been, when I saw it, I said the keeper would be a bit annoyed with that. I've since seen the replay. He should definitely be annoyed with that because it sort of went through him a little bit.
Yeah.
And you could see the keeper's reaction at the time. He looked annoyed.
Yeah.
And so he should have been, because he should have stopped that, really. But
he didn't.
He didn't. Goal's a goal. So you're into Sam at the moment.
Oh yeah, I love a bit of Sam, me.
So half time, happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were 2 up, weren't we?
We were 2 up at half time.
So yeah, very happy.
What were you expecting Chesterfield to do in the second half?
Score. I did expect them to score.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I felt like they played well in the first half.
Yeah, they were all right when they.
But they weren't as good as us, obviously.
They weren't anything special, I don't think.
No.
They had They had 1 or 2 chances.
But I just felt that there was just going to be an incident or an
instant.
An incident.
Oh, okay.
Or instant.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. I just knew they were going to score.
Did
and
you?
yeah, I hated myself for thinking that.
Oh.
I had to go and have a cold shower when we got home because I hated myself so much for that. But
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. I think it was, they very much, they certainly created chances.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, I think they're a little bit definitely in a hole a little bit at the moment, Chesterfield, but they've still got the same players there who can potentially do a little bit of damage if they, and them players can still play. Do you know what I mean? I think they massively missed Armando Dobra.
Yes. I wonder why is he injured? Because he wasn't even on the bench.
I don't care, really. I mean, he wasn't there. I was surprised. I didn't notice that he was suspended or injured or anything like that. But they came out on the pitch, didn't they? And I was looking round and I went, "Where's Dobra?" And you went, "Oh, he's not playing." I went, "Why?"
And he's not on the bench.
And then you said he's not on the bench either. And I was like, "Oh, take that." Because he's one of them. He goes down quite easy from any little touch.
Sounds like, what's his face? Is it Drogba? Drogba from Chelsea.
Yeah.
He used to like to fall down a lot.
Yeah,
so.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Similar names.
No, he likes rolling about a bit, Dobra, but he does get a lot of fouls. He's quite a fouled player, a bit like Jack Grealish. Likes to throw himself about a little bit. Does draw a lot of fouls, things like that. So it's always dangerous having a playing against a player like that because you don't know what the ref's going to start giving. He's quite an attacking player as well if he starts going down in the box and things like that. But I was a little bit disappointed with Chesterfield on the whole, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I was expecting to go out there and have a really tough game, and I don't think...
I think a lot of people do. Everyone kept saying it's a tough game.
Yeah.
But then everyone, now at this point, every single game's tough. Whether we're playing teams like, I don't know, Dorking, Yeovil, whatever.
Yeah.
Every single game. We've got 11 games left, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so now,
yeah,
every single game that we play is going to be
tough.
A big one.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But we had, I think we had save of the season, didn't we?
Yeah. Goalie of the season, just for that save.
Just for that save. It was an amazing save. When we saw it live, we knew it was good. We knew it was just with the speed. You've seen We've all seen the replays of Leighton's save from their header in the second half. It's been it's on our TikTok. Everything. I don't think that any of the replays completely do it justice.
No, I was going to say that.
As to from the angle we were and the speed with which it happened, and I just don't think anything does it justice really.
No.
So that was two huge chances they had. The McCallum chance, which was a tap-in, that header, which needed one of the best saves I've seen, I think, at the racecourse in many years.
With his little fingers?
So it was very, I think they had two good chances there. And if on another day, if them two would have gone in, you're looking at 2-2. And they sneaked another one at the end. So, you're sort of looking at it going, it could have been a lot different.
It could have been.
Could have really been a lot different.
But it wasn't.
No, Lee hit the bar as well, late on for us. I think that was...
I think Young had a couple of chances as well.
Yeah. All right then.
He did.
I'm not saying he didn't. I just can't remember him. Didn't make notes about him.
Well, yeah, because obviously they didn't go in. But I bet you if they had gone in, you would have made notes about it.
I would, yeah. Of course I would have, yeah. But, no, it was good 3 points, I think. It was a, solid performance. We did let them have a little bit too much of the ball, I think, in the second half. They did grow into it. They did create a few chances.
Do you think we started to be complacent?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just... I think you get that a little bit. When you have such a good, fast start, there's got to be a period in a 90-minute game where you do take your foot off the gas a little bit. You can't be all out. I know people go...
You should be.
It's only 90 minutes, but... It's tiring. Do you know what I mean? It's to do that constantly for 90 minutes. It's just hard work.
You get a 15-minute break in between.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. But I just, but it's hard work to do that. You've got.
I can imagine it's hard for them.
You've got to pick your moments to take your foot off the gas a little bit. So
sometimes they don't do it in the right time either.
You're 100% correct with that. Yes,
I am.
So let's move on to Saturday. Yeah, so we'll talk about Saturday. So
if we have to.
Yeah, Howard was back in the team.
So Langton was ill. Apparently.
Yeah, so the impression that I got, we've spoke about this at length before with the goalkeepers, and I'd said whoever was in goal against Chesterfield, that's our keeper for the rest of the season.
And I bet it probably would have been.
And then you said to me on Saturday, "Oh, Howard's playing." I was like, "Well, there's my theory out the window." As it turned out, Leighton was out through illness,
and Ford as well.
And Ford was out through illness. So I get the impression Leighton would have been in if he wasn't ill.
Yeah. Do you think the big controversy? I know you're going to talk about this in a bit, but I think it has to be talked about from the start. Howard and his mistake that he made.
Well, we'll come on to that a little bit later. The mistake. Let's go through the game in chronological order.
Okay. Then. All right then, boss.
But yeah, I mean, it was. I wasn't wholeheartedly confident when Howard comes in. I think a goalkeeping position is very much based on confidence, and I think when Howard would have realised over the last couple of games that he was probably going to be the number 2 for the rest of the season. I would say. For Leighton to come back in, and then for him to then play a second game, and then for you to play a big team like Chesterfield and Leighton's in again, I think Howard would have probably sat back at that point and go, I might not get any more minutes.
Leighton didn't play for Chesterfield.
Leighton did play against Chesterfield.
Did he?
Yes, we were just talking about his really good save. So, and then I think as Mark Howard, you're sitting there going, right, I'm probably not going to get any more minutes here this season. I'm the number 2. So as a confidence position, to then have to switch that around and go,
I'm number 1.
I'm playing again.
Yeah.
I think, maybe that was, I think if he'd have had a few weeks, months of being the number 2, he would have got hungrier for getting his position back. But to have your confidence knocked and then you're straight back in again, maybe that was a little bit to the detriment of his performance.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There is one thing I do disagree with, and although he made a mistake, and yes, people were probably angry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But again, we go back to social media, and some of the things that people were saying on social media are down and out rude.
Yeah.
And, you know, completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a mistake, but we've still come away with a point.
Yeah.
And we are still top of the table. So it's like top of the league. So it's like, you know, crap happens. Why are you?
No,
I feel like you're gonna like say
no.
You are totally wrong, Sharon.
No. You're not.
However, I could say.
Well, we'll come back to it.
All right, okay.
So it was a first start for Ryan Barnett.
It was.
What do you make of him?
Yeah, I think he did all right. He was on the ball quite a few times.
Yeah.
With the right saying on the ball.
Yeah, he was, I mean, you know, he took a few men on. He looks like he's got...
Was he in replacement of Ford?
Yes. So he was playing on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Very much a winger. Very good going forward. He seemed quite comfortable taking people on.
I do think it's a clever signing.
It's a decent signing. And I think, you know, Ford couldn't play. And, you know, we had a ready replacement there. I think he did all right.
Yeah, he didn't do bad.
I don't think he was that involved. I don't think that was his fault, pretty much. I think a lot of our stuff went down the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Which meant...
Mendy.
That, you know, Mendy was more sort of highlighted during the game.
He's another player that's like playing just amazingly at the moment.
Well. I thought he was excellent against Maidenhead. But yeah, I think Ryan did okay. You know, I don't think he did anything wrong.
No.
It didn't particularly do anything spectacular, but the game didn't really call for him to do that. You know, he did what he was asked to do. Like you say, I think it's a clever signing. I think it's a decent signing. I think he is going to get some minutes. And like I say, he looks very good going forward.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him beat a few players quite easily. I think from reading about him, he would like to get more goals and more assists. To be perfectly honest, I dare say that is what Anthony Ford would like. I dare say he would like more goals and more assists, because with the sort of style of play that we play, it does invite the fullbacks on. So like Mendy and Ford are there to attack and get forward. So I think anyone in that sort of position who likes cutting inside, like Ford does, and like Barnett does, and like Mendy does, I think you would want more goals and more assists, really. So I think, good signing. I thought he looked all right.
So McFadzean, he was on the bench on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's back from injury, which is amazing.
Another boost.
Another boost, exactly. So the game on, obviously we're not going to talk about too much because we'll obviously talk about that later, but the game on Tuesday against Dags and Red. Dags. Do you think that Parky will bring McFadzean in or keep him on the bench and keep Mendy in?
Bench.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think so. I think Mendy's
he's doing all right at the moment, isn't he?
He's on a good run of form. You
might bring him on, like, if we're doing well.
Later on. I don't see any reason to not play Mendy. I think he's very much the first choice at the moment. And I think against a team like Dagenham and Redbridge, you've got to play your strongest 11 for me. So yeah, I would say so.
So with that in mind, the strongest
11.
When I know obviously we're going to be talking about this, but it comes into my head and I have to just say it. Do you think that if Ford is well, he should be the first to play, or do you think Barnett should be given a go?
Ford.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think for me it's more about how well you understand your teammates and the people who play around you, and he's had a lot more experience playing with these players than Ryan Barnett has.
That's true.
And you understand the players that you're playing with. You understand the sort of runs players are going to make. You understand what sort of pockets of space your teammates are going to occupy. So if you get in a little bit of trouble, you know where to turn, and Luke Young should be there. You know what sort of runs Paul Mullin's going to make down your side and the balls to play over there. You just got a better understanding of the people around you. That will come for Ryan over time. And, he will start to understand that, and he'll start to watch the team more and play in the team more, and he'll start to get it. But at the moment, forward for me.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, back to Maidenhead. I do apologise for digressing.
Okay. No.
So Maidenhead.
Yeah.
They again they started quick. They had their best chances early on, I believe. I think. I
believe you were watching it as
know,
well.
I do. I was eating my
they
Chinese
did.
at the same time.
They did. They had the best chances early on. Nothing I would call particularly clear cut.
No.
But they did, they had a couple of chances early on. I wasn't particularly worried, I don't think, early on in the game.
No.
I think a lot of teams, they're a mid-table team. They've got some decent players in there, and they've, there was the guy, was it Nathaniel?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Nathaniel Grant? Was it? I'm not sure. Anyway, he was very good on the left-hand side. I think when you've got half decent players like that, and you're at home, and you want to show that you're a decent player against a top team, I think they're always going to be, maybe not on top, but they're going to be very buoyant at the start of the game, I would say. And they definitely were, and they sort of pushed. They had a couple of chances, like I say, a couple of shots, one that was straight at Howard, that he didn't gather in at first attempt. He sort of bobbled away from him. Luckily, there was nobody in front of him. But yeah, they were on top, I think, a little bit, maybe.
We did our predictions on TikTok before the game yesterday.
Yeah.
And someone commented on it saying, I'll call him out. His name was Alfie. Not our Alfie, because he doesn't spell it the same way. But anyway, he said that we can't even beat a team that was predicted for relegation by the fans and blah 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 blah. And I was just like, I'm not, because he was a kid. You could tell he was a kid. I said, I'm 4
You're arguing
years old.
with kids
No,
online.
this is the thing I said. I said, look, I'm not going to argue with you. We have a point. We're still top of the table.
Yeah.
Like, end of. I just, and then he just kept going on, and I just thought, right, I'm just not. Ignore, because it's just like, it's always, no matter how many games we win, no matter how good our players are, people always go, oh, it's because you got Hollywood money. And it's like, yawn, it's so boring.
I know.
Just get something else to say. It's just, it just really gets my goat.
I ignore it. I don't even listen.
Yeah, well, stuff like that doesn't get to you, so.
No, not really. So we started to hold on to the ball a little bit more. We sort of, as I say, we grew into the game.
Yeah.
We really got a foothold in the game, and then Mr. Mullin.
Bosch, I meant.
Bush. It was good header as well.
Oh, it was superb.
For somebody who
Chef's kiss.
For somebody who isn't that tall. Brilliant ball by Mendy to pick him out.
Yeah.
Great ball. Good build-up play from, I think Dalby got fouled. Ball goes out wide. Ref played on. Well done, ref. Something good from the ref for once.
I don't think he was that bad, to be fair.
No, he wasn't. A great ball in by Mendy. Beautiful header. Right in the corner. 1-0. Settled everything nicely.
It was nice and early as well, wasn't it?
About the half an hour mark, wasn't it? Which is
not too bad.
No, that's all right. I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy to be 1-0 up within the first half an hour.
Yeah.
And we just sneaked it.
Just
sneaked it in.
Sneaked it.
Second half, so Maidenhead started quite strong again.
Yeah.
In the second half, they had control, I'd say, for the first 10 minutes of the second half. Again, I would say understandable. You're at home.
Playing Hollywood money and all
Playing
that
Hollywood
jazz.
money. You're only 1-0 down. The manager would have gone, look, we've had some, we're in this game. Go out there. Same intensity as you started the first half. Let's see what happens. And what happened? They scored.
Late on though, wasn't it?
No, so it was 10 minutes into the second half.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, so
I was too busy enjoying my Chinese, I think.
Yeah, so 10 minutes in, they give or take, they scored the equaliser. And then one comment you made, call you out on it straight away. You went, Leighton would have stopped that one. You did.
Wow.
You did.
Talk about throwing your wife under the bus.
Yeah, you said Leighton would have stopped that. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. No one was stopping that. It was an absolute bullet. right in the top corner.
Can't believe you threw me under the bus.
Yeah, no one was stopping that one. It was a great strike. And I think you said, every time, we sort of can't seem to hold on to that or build on leads and stuff like that. Yeah, it was one of them, really. I think if you're going to get pegged back and they're going to score, I would much rather it be a goal like that than something that you maybe could have been saved or was avoidable. And maybe it was avoidable because I think our pressing was quite slow and lethargic. And I think we could have got to them quicker on a couple of occasions prior to him having that shot.
Yeah.
Although, as soon as he sort of took that shot, I think that was it. That was game over then. Nobody was stopping that. No one was getting in front of it. Howard wasn't getting anywhere near that. And in all fairness, he didn't get anywhere near it. It was right in the top corner. But I don't think anyone was stopping that. I think it was quite a mean comment you said out loud, to be honest.
Yeah, but you didn't have to repeat it on here.
I want the world to know the sort of person you are off camera.
I'm a very nice person, thank you very much.
But it was an immediate response, wasn't it? We went up the other end of the pitch. Luke Young took what was arguably the strangest corner I've ever seen that went really high up in the air. But who was there?
Moles.
6'7" Paul Mullin with another header.
Bosh again.
Bosh, it was a really good, but I think when you saw...
I don't think he thought that was going in. I think he was I think he might have been a bit shocked himself.
I'm not sure because it was very much a training ground routine, that was.
Really?
So when you saw the replay, Mullin was there. And then as the ball the corner was taken, he spun round right to the back.
Yeah.
And so that was clearly something, which is why the ball went so high, because Luke Young knew he was putting it to the back post. I think it went a bit higher than he thought it would, and it sort of looped up and down. But it worked. It was clearly a training ground routine. It was a bit of a loopy header. I was a bit like you. I was like, that's not going in. And I was like, oh, it's in.
Well, I think we both shocked.
Yeah.
That it got in. So we were really chuffed that went in.
Yeah, it was great. I think in the second half, Howard flapped at a couple of corners as well. I do remember one in particular. So the corner come in, he came for it, and it went straight over the top of him. Luckily, there was one of our players behind him that cleared it away. But I'm not completely convinced about him at corners. I don't think he's very commanding.
Well, that's very mean, Ryan.
No, I just don't think he's very commanding in the box. I think he should be coming for corners, taking them, especially ones that are in and around the sort of 6-yard area.
Yeah.
He should be coming for them, taking them, and, he's not. Sometimes he's losing the flight of it completely and it's going over his head.
Again, is that a confidence thing?
Maybe, I don't know, but he's I'm not being rude, he's old, as for a footballer, he's old. He's been doing this since he was probably 10 years old, which is 26 years now. So, he should be able to read the flight of the ball, and he should be stopping it going over his head at least. If you're going to punch it, do whatever with it, catch it, punch it. Whatever, don't
dance with it.
Certainly don't let it fly over your head, which was a little bit worrying for me.
So we've seen a bit of Cannon recently.
Yeah.
I think it was the Chesterfield game. He actually went off, didn't he? The Chesterfield game.
Yeah, late on. Yeah. I think that was probably just cramp, to be honest.
Because I did worry about it. Actually, I thought, is he going to actually be in the game? But yeah, he was on there. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the old?
Yeah, I like
Cannon?
him. I like him. I think he was, I think he's a decent player. He was with Stockport last year, so he knows what it takes to be at the business end of the table. He puts in some good performances. I'm not a huge fan of having, as we've discussed in the past, of having quite a small midfield, which we do have. Elliot Lee is 5'2". No, joking. Elliot Lee's small. No, he's not. Elliot Lee small, Luke Young small, Andy Cannon small. I'm not a massive fan of having such a small midfield. That aside, I think Cannon's playing very well at the moment. He's very comfortable on the ball, which is what we need really, because our game is very possession based. We like to hold on to the ball. He's very comfortable on the ball. I think most modern footballers should be comfortable on the ball, but in the National League, you do see a lot of players who are a little bit scared of having the ball and want to get rid of it as quick as possible. Yeah, but I think, Cannon's done pretty good for me. And I think, does he play ahead of Tom O'Connor? No, not for me.
Have we got any news on Tom O'Connor? Is he back? Is he obviously he's not on the bench or he's not playing?
Nothing at the moment.
What about Hayden?
Couple of weeks.
He's been missed, and I think
Steve Parkin has said that basically Hayden and Tom O'Connor are not quite there yet. Probably another couple of weeks. What's the date? When are we? We're at the start of March, so hopefully by the end of March they're both back.
Before the Notts County game.
Yes, get them bedded back in and everything, and I think I'm confident they're not far away, I think, for them to.
Yeah.
So Mullin had a header which hit the bar.
He did.
So that was his third header. We could have had a hat-trick of headers.
Yeah.
That would have put us 3-1 up, which would have been great. But then, disaster.
What we discussed earlier.
Yeah, so a ball over the top. Howard came, stopped, went back, thought, oh, no, it is me, went to go again, too late, missed it, and he got stuck in no man's land.
I felt sorry for him.
I did feel sorry for him.
See the pain in his face.
He could have done either. He could have stayed where he was. He could have come for it, and both would have been fine. What he did was half and half, and he got stuck in no man's land, and that meant that it was a nice, easy sort of. He still had to finish it, the lad. Fair play, put it under Howard, but Howard knew straight away it was his fault. You could tell he knew it was his fault. Everyone else knew it was his fault, it's probably quite a lonely place when you make that mistake. If you make a mistake that results in a goal, that's bad enough. To make a mistake that results in a goal that means your team lose points, be that 1 point or 2 points, whatever.
Yeah.
Then that is the loneliest place in the world.
Why would you want to be a goalkeeper?
I don't know.
I think it's one of the hardest jobs in the world.
It's awkward, isn't it? Because as a Wrexham fan, you're livid, really. You're going, look, you're getting paid money to do a job that you've been doing for years, and you're just livid that you can't just go out there and do your job. You don't have to do it perfectly, but just don't make mistakes that result in goals. As a human being, you're just feeling sorry for him because, you're thinking, and the abuse football's quite abuse driven. If someone doesn't play well,
that's the one thing I hate about football.
If somebody doesn't play well or somebody makes a mistake that results in something like that, they're going to get called out, and they're going to get called out in a horrible way.
What we do have to remember though is he has been, he has got us to, arguably he's got us to where we are now. Saving goals, not letting, not letting goals in.
I tell you what worries me.
Okay.
More than this is they got into a position where they could have a shot, and they got into a position where Howard had a decision to make. Do I come? Do I go? Ooh.
But shouldn't the guys in front of him?
Yeah. Well, this is my point now. Is how many? We're back to late goals, aren't we? So we've conceded a 90th minute goal and we've dropped 2 points at Maidenhead. We conceded a 92nd minute goal to drop 2 points at York. We conceded a late goal against Blythe Spartans in the cup,
Trophy.
which in the FA Cup, which
was it the FA Cup? Was it?
Which then resulted in us having to play an extra game, which was a replay. We conceded a late goal against Sheffield United, which meant that resulted in us playing an extra game, and then which we didn't really need at the time.
Yeah, I get the point.
Tuesday night. No. This is important for me. Tuesday night. Chesterfield. We were on course for a clean sheet, an extra +1 in the goal difference column. Chesterfield scored in the 96th minute. This is again and again and again and again.
Why do you think it is though?
It's a lack of concentration towards the end of the game. It's as simple as that. My dad yesterday said, "This is Wrexham of old, who can't see things out till the end." And that for me, the last 2 games that we've scored, we've conceded goals in injury time, or right at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, the Chesterfield one didn't matter, but if you think about McCallum's chance and the world-class save that Lainton made,
they could have mattered.
That could have mattered, and that could have been 2 points dropped. And it was 2 points dropped. We were at York, and we scored late on, and we saw them score the equaliser in the 92nd minute. It happens. And I think these last-minute goals are going to come back and potentially come back and bite us. Because that's 4 points. The York game and the Maidenhead game, lack of concentration right at the end of the game, and that's 4 points, that. We could have been 5 points clear now.
I don't get it. I just don't get why.
I don't know. But let's talk about the upcoming games. Let's not dwell too much on Mark Howard and last minute crushing losses of points. We are top of the league. We're top of the league by a point. It would have been much nicer to be more, and 3 points clear. The next time that Notts County play, we've got another 2 games to play before they even kick off. So we could be 7 points clear. The horrible thing is, it could have been 9. And where this starts to come into play, yes, we are top of the league. That's a positive. It is only by a point. When it could have been 3.
The goal difference is they've got more goals than us as well.
Yeah. What you don't want to be in a position of is when we do play them in April, that they are within 3 points of us.
Yeah.
That's what you don't want.
Yeah.
Yes, we're top by a point. Yeah, we can go 4 points clear on Tuesday. The position you want to be in when they come to the racecourse is you want to be 7 points clear, 9 points clear, 10 points clear. That's what you want. You don't want to be, it's all right, we're 1 point clear. We're 1 point clear, an own goal, a mistake by the goalkeeper, to give them a 1-0 win at the racecourse. We're not 1 point ahead, we're 2 points behind. Whereas if that happens and you're 7 points clear, you're still 4 points clear. That's the reason that every point is important.
Yeah.
Move on.
So Dagenham and Redbridge, we are playing them on Tuesday. In Dagenham and Redbridge. I don't even know where Dagenham and Redbridge is. Is that actually a place?
Dagenham is, and Redbridge is. And they've combined.
Are they smack bang in the middle, so they've combined them together?
I don't know. It's down Dagenham way, innit?
Is it?
Yeah.
So they're currently 10th with 51 points.
They are.
Last season, after 35 games, they were 9th with 56 points.
Okay, so they were 5 points better off last season and 1 place.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they pretty much where they were last season after this stage,
So we beat them back in September, we beat them 4-1.
Yeah.
2 for Ollie Palmer.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4. Did I say 4-1?
It was 4-1, yeah.
No, but did I say 4-1?
I think so.
Yeah, 4-1. 2 from Ollie Palmer, 2 from Paul Mullen.
Yeah.
They played York on Saturday.
Yes.
And they won 2-1. This is not boding well, is it?
No.
And they beat Notts County last weekend.
They did, yeah. So they beat Notts County, which was amazing. They won again on Saturday. Tails are up.
Yeah, I'm nervous about this game.
Weirdly, their last 4 games that they've played have all ended 2-1. It's odd, isn't it? Is it odd?
I hope that run has finished now, and then
they've won.
It's going to be switched around.
They've won 3 games 2-1, and they've lost 1 game 2-1. So
who was that against?
Can't remember now.
It doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, so that's odd. So I'll take a 2-1 on Tuesday for us.
Oh, I was going to say, what?
Yeah, I'll take 2-1 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So the 2 top scorer, I'll explain that in a minute. Josh Walker was their top scorer.
Yes.
With 12, but he's gone now.
To Burton.
Yeah, so he went to Burton on the last day of the transfer window. So don't need to worry about him. So now their top scorer is Junior Morias. Junior Morias. I don't know a lot about him, to be honest. The only thing I know about him is he scored 10 goals this season. That's it.
Since since the start of end of January?
No, since the start of the season. So he is their top scorer.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, Josh was... Yeah,
Josh was until he left.
Sorry.
Yeah, so, so they're... I worry about Dagenham and Redbridge, and I'll tell you for why. We haven't won there for years.
Tell you for why.
We can beat them. We beat them in September quite comfortably.
At home, though.
Yeah, at home, yeah. Beat them 4-1. You know, we set out the way that we knew to set out. We played very well. We beat them 4-1. Away, we struggle.
I think we struggle with everybody away.
No, we've got 2 bogey teams in a row. Now, this is a term you've learnt this week, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You never heard. You said bogey team. What does that mean? And
he meant the guy on the commentary on BT Sport yesterday mentioned it, and I was like, bogey team. It is a thing.
So, for anybody who doesn't know, a bogey team is somebody that potentially you should be beating, but that you struggle to beat.
Yeah.
That is classed as a bogey team. For anybody who didn't know what that term meant.
I'm not sure why.
Maidenhead, that's one. We hadn't won now in Maidenhead for 3 attempts, I think. That's our, 3 in a row that we haven't won there. And then you've got, Dagenham as well. The last couple of times we went there. So last season we lost there 3-0. That was the last day of the season, I think. We played Dagenham and Redbridge. So there was still a chance that potentially we could have won the league. If Stockport lost and we won, we could have won the league. As it turned out, Stockport won anyway, and we lost 3-0. So that was that one. The season before that, we drew there 1-1. If you remember from the documentary.
Yep.
We were going for the
we relived it again.
Yeah. So we were going for the playoffs, and we missed out on the playoffs because we drew there 1-0. So so we just struggle there in general. To
what
be
are your
honest,
predictions then? I mean, you just said you'd be happy with 2-1. Is that your prediction?
No. I think it'd be a lot. I know 2-1 sounds tight, but not necessarily. I would take a dirty 1-0 with either a penalty or an own goal.
Come on, Mullen!
Get down in that mud, lad. I'd just take something nice and simple. Let's get in there. Let's steal 3 points and let's head back up the road.
Go.
Let's just get back. Let's get back. Let's steal 3 points and get back up the road, please. That would be lovely.
Well, I'm going to be a bit more, what's the word?
Optimistic?
Yeah. And I'm going to go with 3-1.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that I'm not confident. We are capable of beating anybody in this league. And I would even go as far as to say we are capable of beating anybody in this league comfortably. On our day, with everyone putting in a proper performance, I think we could put anyone to bed in this league easily. And we could put a few goals past anybody. It doesn't work like that, football, unfortunately, which is why I would just, we haven't won there for a couple of years. Let's just go there. Let's steal the 3 points.
And go back up the road.
Okay? Now that's it for me.
That's it. And then Southend on the Saturday. Your dad will be back.
Yeah, I know.
I bet he can't wait.
I know.
So they're 8th currently with 53 points.
Another tough team.
Yeah. And they're doing really well at the moment, aren't they? Considering all the crap that they're going through at the minute.
Yeah.
They are still going through it. They're playing really well.
Yeah, they are.
Last season, they finished 33rd.
No, they didn't finish 33rd because there's only 20 odd in the league. You can tell I made these notes and Sian doesn't know what the hell they mean. So last season, after 33 games, they were 12th. So the reason why I Dagenham and Redbridge was after 35 games and Southend's after 33, it's because that's how many games they've played at the moment, okay? So it's not like, not every week, like the NFL in America, usually everyone's on the same amount of games.
Yeah.
Mostly. In the National League, it's all over the place a little bit.
Because of the stupid things like the FA Trophy,
FA Cup, all that sort of thing. So yeah, last season after 33 games, they were 12th with 47 points. So they're 4 places better off, and 6 points better off than they were last season. Decent team, Southend. We played them away earlier in the season and we drew 0-0.
Yep.
We couldn't score against them. Dirty Jake Hydes did score, but then it was ruled out for offside, wasn't it?
Do you think he'll be playing? Because obviously he's on. I don't understand the rules, but
yeah,
because he's on loan.
Yes.
Can he still play? Or would it deem to be, actually he could, because he's just on loan and he's still technically a Wrexham player, could he do something to prevent Southend from winning?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's no rules, like official rules. So if I owned a football club and you owned a football club, and I loaned you one of my players, and then some point down the line you were going to play us, I could say to you, he isn't playing because he is my player, and I could say he's not playing against us. Okay, I could make that call because he's my player. When we played them before and we drew 0-0, he played. So Wrexham have obviously gone, do what you want. I don't mind. Wrexham,
he's rubbish.
Wrexham have granted permission for him to play.
Okay, so potentially he
Southend. So Southend could have asked, "Are we okay to play Jake Hyde?" And Wrexham could have gone, "Yeah, you can play him." Or Southend haven't asked the question, but Wrexham haven't said no. It all depends on the clubs involved.
Okay, so potentially he could play.
Let's be honest, he's probably injured.
Yeah.
Let's be completely honest about it. If he did play on the weekend, I didn't check because I don't really keep up with what he's doing. He's probably be injured by the next time we play.
Yeah. So they lost on Friday night. They played Friday night.
They did, weirdly. Yes.
A few people did actually.
No. No. At National League, it was just them.
Was it?
Yeah, just them on Friday night.
Oh, maybe it was just, I really, really need to start paying attention to games because
just life in general.
I know. I'm just in my own little bubble.
This is Sian's favourite phrase at the moment. You didn't tell me that. No, you didn't. You didn't tell me that.
9 out of 10 times you didn't.
Yes.
So 9
out of 10 times you don't bloody listen.
Let's not have a domestic on the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
So they lost to Barnet on Friday night.
Yep, 1-0.
And the last 3 they've won 2.
Yeah.
Lost 1.
Yeah, so the last 3 before the Barnet game they'd won 1-2, lost 1.
And their top scorer at the moment, there's 2 actually.
There is 2.
There's 2. Would you like to say who they are?
Yeah, so it's Callum Powell and Jack Bridge, and they're both on 8 goals. So they don't really have an out-and-out goal scorer.
Like we have Mullen.
Worth mentioning, for anybody who doesn't know, so Southend were in quite a lot of financial difficulty.
I think they still are.
They weren't paying their staff. They weren't paying their
tax bill,
paying their players, their tax bill. They had a hearing on Wednesday night with the HMRC.
And they paid on Tuesday.
And on Tuesday, they paid their HMRC bill in full. So they're now safe from the taxman. Although, they didn't really release a statement about they've paid their tax bill, but we're a little unsure as to whether they've actually paid all their players and staff as yet. I don't know. But they're in the clear with the taxman and they're continuing at the moment. They are trying to sell their ground at the moment.
Oh, they have a new one built.
Yeah, so that basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to sell their ground to build houses on it and build a smaller ground which is just round the corner. So that will help them out financially, although that's still in the wind at the moment. We're a little unsure about what's happening with that. Prediction for that one?
Southend, I'm going to go... What did I say for thingy? 3-0.
3-1.
I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 2-0.
Okay.
beaten 1-0 at home last season. I remember that was towards the end of the season, like this one, and it was a dull game. Ollie Palmer scored, very boring, very hard fought victory. I probably should go for 1-0 again, really, but no, 2-0 for me.
So something exciting.
It is.
Kings of Leon are coming to the racecourse.
They are on the 27th and the 28th of May.
The Saturday tickets have sold out though, haven't they?
27th have sold out already.
Yeah.
So we've got our tickets.
We're going on the Sunday though.
We are very excited about that one. So if you haven't got your tickets already, they are on general sale. Head over to the Wrexham website to have a little look at that.
There'll be a link, yeah.
Have a little look. The Wrexham AFC women under-19s are the Adran under-19s North champions for the second season in a row. After a 10-0 win at Vellinhelly on Saturday. So congratulations.
Why can't the lads get 10-0?
I know. So congratulations to the AFC women under-19s. Just about the women, the Wrexham AFC women's final game of the season against Connors Quay Nomads will be that's on the 26th of March. That'll be played at the racecourse. Anybody can go and buy a ticket for that, and the tickets will just be £1. So my suggestion would be for as many people as possible to go to that game and get behind them, because that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Is it a Sunday?
It is a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes. Another couple of quick things before we move on. We have generated an estimated £225,000 from the National League TV.
What we have? Or...
Yeah, us, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And also just a little quick update. Macron will remain our shirt maker.
You were a bit disappointed with that, weren't you?
A little
Why
bit.
were you hoping that like Nike or something would come?
Yeah, to be honest,
yeah.
I was.
Maybe next season.
Maybe we'll see. But
when
Macron will remain for the 23-24 season. Just very quickly, because we're running out of time and we have the quiz to do. Mm-hmm. A couple of people who got in touch. I did notice a lot of the people who got in touch this week were called Dave or David.
Mm.
Yeah. So David Williams, he said, I think Dagenham and Redbridge performance was the best defensive performance I've seen in a long time.
Was that against Notts County?
That was regarding Notts County.
Yeah.
I don't think you are wrong there, David.
And then Vamo.
Yeah.
He commented, which was really nice. He said, I've noticed you guys see things, inverted commas, about the team that seem to get addressed by Parky in games yet to be played.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just call us clairvoyants.
Yeah, we don't know Parky, Vamo, just in case that's what you're thinking. We don't,
No, we don't know him.
We know people, but we don't know Parky.
We know many people.
Family dinner. There were no replays the entire game on the National League stream. So this is when we played, was it Scunthorpe?
Yeah.
I brought up that I wanted to see Elliot Lee's goal from lots of different angles because it looked like a great goal. And he basically said on the live stream there was no. So I said he. I don't know if it's he or she. Sorry. There were no replays the entire game on the National League stream. Something must have been wrong with the truck, or they didn't have enough staff to have a video replay operator. Maybe.
Yeah. David Middleton, another David.
Yeah.
He said, "Remember this about Palmer. He's playing hurt," because we obviously mentioned about Palmer.
Yeah. Whether he will be here next season.
Yeah. So he said, "Remember this about Palmer. He's playing hurt and has been for months now. That affects confidence. If injuries have wiped out our starting 11 and their backups, he would be at the physio and rehabbing in London."
Oh, okay.
Apparently.
David Chilcott, another David, a little nervous about Rob and Ryan playing in the TST, which is the soccer tournament in South Carolina. This is a professional level competition. Not sure they are quite ready for that. Neither am I, David, to be completely honest.
That'll be quite funny. So thank you everybody for getting in touch. Sorry if we've not got back to you yet.
I've got one more.
Oh, have you?
Sorry, I added it in at a late date. So Nigel got in touch last night, and Nigel said positive vibes. We're top, 1 point clear. We've got a game in hand. Notts County are not playing on Tuesday. They're playing 5:20 game on Saturday. could and should be 7 points clear before they next kick a ball still in their hands, which you are very right about.
Yes. So, as I was saying, thank you everybody for getting in touch. If you do want to get in touch with us, you can get in touch on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you can also send emails to me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC @gmail.com.
Correct. Dragon Chat. Just a quick shout out for Dragon Chat. So it's a mental health peer support group. It is a weekly Zoom call that happens on Thursday at 7 p.m. for anybody who needs a little bit of support and would like to discuss any problems that they might be having regarding mental health or anything going on in their life. As I said, it's a great service. And all the details of how to get on that are down in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, if you are listening to the podcast, then head over to Wrexham AFC's Facebook page and on a Thursday, and they release all the details of how to get in that call.
I do try to share it, but sometimes I miss it. So yeah, yes. You're best off going to the Wrexham site and getting the details from there. So.
Don't rely on us.
Well, you.
Quiz time! Just to finish off. This week, I've decided to do an observational quiz.
Okay.
Because you always say, do you think you're quite good with observational?
No.
No, not at all. That's why I did it. I thought it'd be funny. So this is all stuff that you have seen.
Is this like what haircut did Paul Mullen have on the...
Sort of, but no. Nothing to do with haircuts.
Okay.
So this is all stuff you have seen over the last 24 hours or so. Or heard. You know, stuff that I know you were there when this happened.
Doesn't mean anything.
No, I know it doesn't. This is when you say you're always listening. This is proof to everybody listening that you are not.
I feel like you've got a vendetta against me this week.
Maybe. Okay, question 1. There's 6 questions.
Yep.
I was going to do 5, but I decided to mix it up a bit. Okay, Maidenhead played in black and white shirts, black shorts, and what colour socks on Saturday? Sorry?
Black, blue, black and white.
No, incorrect. It was red.
Oh, that's a horrible combination.
You watched it for 90 minutes and you didn't even say anything.
I know.
Right, that's one question down. Non-correct.
I just think that's bizarre.
In the Bell Street stand at Maidenhead, which is where the away fans were,
yeah.
What is written in large black and white
Maidenhead.
letters on the back wall?
Maidenhead.
I'll give it you. It's Maidenhead United. But
it's black, white, black, white.
It is, yes. Well done. Question 3.
Yes.
How many yellow cards were shown in total on Saturday's game?
None.
Correct. It was none. Well done. So that's 2 out of 3. Even better than I thought. Maidenhead goalkeeper Alexis Andre Jr. has 4.3 million followers on which social media platform?
Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah?
No, Instagram.
Well, you're correct. You're wrong with both answers. It's TikTok. He's got 4.3 million followers on TikTok. Question 5. Ryan Barnett made his debut against Maidenhead.
He did.
What number was he wearing?
29.
Correct. You're better at this than I thought you were going to.
In your face! In your face!
We made 2 subs on Saturday.
We did.
Name the 2 players who went off.
Dalby?
Correct.
Dalby. Cannon?
Dalby and Cannon,
No.
yeah?
No. Oh, Dalby, because Ollie Palmer came on, and Barnett. No, I can't remember.
It was Elliot Lee.
Do you know what I was going to say, Elliot Lee?
Oh, were you?
But I couldn't.
Wait, you didn't know, didn't you? Oh, there you go. Hope you did well in the quiz as well. But thank you very much for listening this week, and we will see you again next week.
If I haven't killed him.
Bye.
Bye.